I'm so sorry, family. I had a technical glitch. Had a technical glitch. I'm back. I'm back. We have to get wrap up today's discussion. I'm sorry we had that technical glitch, but we're gonna today. So I'm going to just make sure that we are a go on the other platforms, and then I would continue. All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna go back and continue where we left off. Sorry about the technical challenges. But the mind is the control center, and our minds detect where our emotions will go, or how our outcome, our behavior is going to be. And so we have to make sure that we are taking control of our minds. That's the first thing, identifying the limiting beliefs. I don't want to go back and recap everything because we've talked extensively. But when you understand the limiting beliefs, then you have to start reframing your mind. You have to start reframing the thoughts. You have to ensure that you are addressing those issues because they are specific. You cannot change everything at the same time, but you can start working on little things at a time. So identify those limiting beliefs, those limiting mindsets, and then start working on them. Start reframing your thought pattern. Now, how do you reframe your thought pattern? You reframe your thought pattern by consuming content that is going to transform your mind. Now, you can use just affirmations is one way. I talk about that. You can use affirmations to reframe your mind, but even the thought of using affirmations is already your transformation. Again, you have to first of all identify the limiting belief. That's the starting point. That's the first, like, 50% of the solution. The next thing, you have to have the end state. You have to have the end goal. So this is how I think, this is how I process things. I struggle with indiscipline. Now, what is the end state? What is the goal? I want to be more disciplined. In what area? Because sometimes discipline can be in one area but not in other areas. In what area? And then start reframing yourself using affirmations to tell yourself, I am disciplined, I am focused, I am consistent. Whatever that end state is, you have to reframe your mind by speaking those things, by visualizing that end state, by visualizing the results of that end state. And I know I am putting a lot of things in one here, and so you can, peel this back. But the first thing, you identify those limiting beliefs, those limiting areas. Second thing is, there has to be a reframing of the mind, and you have to reframe your mind using affirmations to reframe your mind. As a third thing, because as you reframe your mind, then your actions are also going to start changing. The fourth thing is that you have to visualize the end. So when I'm disciplined, as a disciplined person in this area, what is going to be the outcome? What outcome do I want to see? So I don't just say I'm disciplined, but I am disciplined, and because I'm disciplined, I am going to make a lot of money. Because I'm disciplined, I'm always going to show up. Because I'm disciplined, I'm going to excel at my job, my career, my business. So visualizing the end, the outcome is very important. Why is this important? This is important because when you visualize the outcome, when you know the outcome, you can track the progress. That's what you call measure, a measure. So am I improving? Am I doing better at my job? Is my performance improving? Is my finances increasing? Is my money increasing? So having that frame of mind and going at it and saying, okay, my mind, I am a disciplined person, and then visualizing this is the outcome of my discipline, it can help you to track progress. The next thing I'm going to say is you have to consume inspirational content. You have to read, you have to listen to people who are doing the things that you want to do, who are succeeding at the things that you want to succeed at. And listen to how they get there. Listen to how they got to their outcome. Listen to, their story, their journey. And I say that you can just bypass a lot of steps by learning, by drawing from someone's future state, from someone's current state, which is your future state. So I want to be somebody who makes a lot of money, for example, and then I go, that is somebody's present state, but that's my future state. So instead of hoping that, I struggle along my journey and then I get money, I can go into somebody who that's their present state, and then I learn from them so that I am tapping into their present state and it's fast forwarding my future state. So that is very important. And I'm going to read one more verse in the Bible to speak to this point. And this verse is saying, is in Romans chapter 12 verse 2. It says that do not conform to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So another way for you to take charge of the mind is to consume content. When you're consuming content, when you're reading the Bible, when you're reading inspirational books, when you're learning from people who have already gone through the journey and have achieved their future state, or your future state, which is their present state, you're going to realize that you're going to be transformed. It's going to transform you. So make sure that you have input. So when I was talking about the challenges that I was facing in the projects that I'm working on right now, I was able to meet someone after I had done the self-evaluation, and I explained to somebody who is in that future state, and I was like, these are my challenges, and the person was like, okay, I will work with you. You have to understand this is what I do, this is how I got here, so I need you to replicate this. And so I was able to get a real life story. I was able to see somebody in the present state, which aligns to a future state that I want to get to. And I was able to really understand their thought process, why they are doing what they are doing and how they are doing it. And so the last thing that I would like to say is that you have to evaluate progress. If there is no end goal, if there's no future state, you will not be able to evaluate progress. So for you to be able to evaluate progress, you have to have a future state. So am I getting close to my goals? How do I feel? If you're working on anger or frustration or anxiety, I was talking about that yesterday, committing our ways to the Lord. If you're struggling with that, you have to be able to be sensitive to yourself. Am I still struggling with this? Is this still my reality? This situation happened. How did I feel about it? Did I feel anxious? Did I feel calm? How did I respond? If you're working on your responses. So there has to be a goal. There has to be a measure, a unit of measure, whatever that is to you. And once you have that, then you're going to be able to track progress. So But in order for you to take control of the mind, you have to understand that it all centers around your mind. A lot of people and a lot of us have a lot of beliefs and things that are limiting, and it all comes from the mind. Excuse me. So you identify the limiting beliefs, you reframe your mind, you affirm yourself, you consume inspirational content, and you evaluate progress. So those are all the ways that you are able to work on the mind, which is the command center. And when you do that, you're going to experience massive results. You're going to see that your goals are going to come to fruition. Make sure you have a visualization tool, a way to visualize progress. And when you do that, I think you're going to experience the great things you're looking forward to in 2025. So thank you so much for watching. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm so glad we were able to do this today. So tomorrow I'm going to be back with something else. If there's anything you want to learn, you want to hear about, you want me to discuss, please let me know, and we will be talking about it as we get ready for 2025. If you have not subscribed to this channel, 2025, we're going to have great stuff going on. I want you to find some time and, subscribe, watch our videos, share them with someone, comment, let me know what you want to hear, and we are going to have a great time in our discussion. So have a